Hi, welcome back to Poor Man's Drawing Class. Today we're going to talk about the nose. There are a few things that we need to understand before we do some practice. And I have a side view here. I have the nose. I remember before we start anything, I always say this: doing one nose, doing one mouth, doing one eye, that represents just one person. There are so many different variations, so I want you to know that nothing here applies to everybody. So I always imply that important thing is observation based on the light. So always look at the person carefully and observe each items carefully to understand the structures. So things that we are talking about is usually the common things that happens on the structures on the face. So light source is here, and the top is gonna be light, and there's a nose wings, right? And always consider the relationship between the mouth and the eyes, right? So that's why always I have a little more items than the nose, okay? So let's dig into. So this time I'm going to look at other nose, and then we're going to practice. So this one that I just show you, it's a little bit wider, and this one I'm going to be doing is a little bit narrow. So there's a bridge. I remember never do the bridge too dark, because whenever I see the beginners nose, one of the problem is they draw things from the memory. The the things that they've been seeing in other students or other kids, other adults, and always making this bridge with a strong line, and make sure that do not do that. And also the bottom, and I've seen a lot of people doing it this kind of manner with this bridge line strong, and don't do that. And only parts that you're going to be having a clear line is where it has a strong division. For instance, the nose wing and other area, you have a strong raise, and there's a nostril, right? And then always look at the relationship to the mouth. There's a another bridge here, and the mouth will probably go like that. And then the position of nose and the eyes always start with the edges, and then you're going to be having the eye like that, right? Usually this is aligned, but again, depending on the person, some people have a wider nose, some people have a narrow nose, wider mouth, narrow, thicker, so all different, taller, right? So different ethnicity brings all different kinds of nose. And then this is the parts that it gets dark. So now, if I draw the nose from the side, I'm going to make it more like a robot that you can see from the angle. Right? So if light is coming from there, right? So the picture that I'm looking at, the light is coming from this angle. So this part will be getting dark, and the bottom part will be getting dark. So if you look at it carefully, this part will be lighter, midtones and slowly getting darker, and this part is going to be darker. And then there is going to be reflection, right? And the nostril, and then the nose wing, and then there's going to be a shadow. Okay, so that's what you have to keep that in your mind. Light, midtones, and it slowly gets better, and this is the parts that's going to get the darkest. I mean, darkest next to the nostril. Of course, the inside nostril, because this is deep, it's going to really get darker. And then there's a little bit of dark, and the midtones here. And then there's a reflection there, and then you're going to see the shadow. And because of the light is coming from here, the bridge creates the darker value on the right side. Of course, this will go opposite if the light source is from the other side. Depending on the light, these can be quite dark. Again, different ethnicity brings different tone of light. Because some race has this nose part very taller, and some people are lower. So it's quite different. And then again, this is the parts that gets dark. Right? Again, this part is slightly dark to show the top, right? And then again, reflection there. And then this is parts that gets again dark and a little bit of midtones. Right? And then there's I think this is philtrum. And then you're going to have a mouth that's starting there. That's an angel's bow, right? And that eye parts that's connecting is going to get really dark there, because that's the deeper part. And so again, light, slowly getting darker. And then remember, this is the darker parts here. And round. Will get really dark. Reflection there. And this part gets more darker. And then darker parts here. So the shading will be drawn this way. Because the light is coming from the left side, this part will be darker than this part. Then shadow. And the mouth part will be coming over there. Okay. Right. So that's the basic. So when you are trying the nose or eyes, any items on the face, make sure that there are many hyper realistic drawings, but it might overwhelm you. So observation is the key. Draw as many as possible, and then you will get slowly and slowly getting better. And through these kind of studies, if you like drawing cartoons or any other, then you can expand your the genre of your skills to other area. Okay, all right. I'm gonna smooth things out a little bit more, and I'll put the finished drawings on the website. Thank you. Bye.